Hello and welcome to Poland Daily Travel. This next series of episodes will take you to Konstancin, just south of Warsaw. It's about 20 kilometers from the Palace of Culture in the center of Warsaw. Konstancin is famous as a spa town. It was started about 120 years ago, and people still go there on a regular basis to take the waters. We'll also stop off and have a conversation and a meal with Nick Richardson at the Park Cafe and Restaurant. This is one of the fine outdoor eating experiences you can have in the whole area of Warsaw. The Kolczynski family always makes everyone feel welcome. So enjoy the weather, and we hope you enjoy the conversation. Stay tuned for Poland Daily Travel in the beautiful garden suburb of Konstancin, outside of Warsaw. We sure do appreciate you watching. If you really like what you're seeing, why not subscribe? It only takes you just a second. It's a small moment for you, and it means a lot to us. So keep watching Poland Daily Travel. Tell all your friends. We'll see you next time. This is Will, signing off. Hello everybody and welcome back to Poland Daily. We're here in Konstancin, and this is a really excellent place to visit when you come to Warsaw. It's about 20 miles south of the center of the city, and we're in a beautiful park. It's me and Nick Richardson, of course, whom you know from reading the news and presenting history programs and lots of other stuff, right, Nick?
Yes.
And sometimes on this program, too.
Sometimes on this program, too, yes.
When he has time.
When you need keeping in check, yes.
When I need keeping, yeah, I need somebody to knock me around mentally a little bit. This guy is an important figure. This is Stefan Żeromski. And Stefan Żeromski was one of Poland's greatest writers of the last 200 years. He was a novelist. You might know, if you follow things Polish, a book of his called The Ashes, or just Ashes. It was made into a film, came out in 1965. The film starred Daniel Obryski, if my memory serves, amongst others, of course, famous Polish stars, and was directed by Andrzej Wajda, the great and late. Andrzej Wajda, of course, one of the heroes of cinema in the world, if you like great directors. And Mr. Żeromski was nominated for the Nobel Prize, I believe it was 4 times. He did not win, but nonetheless he was very much in the thoughts of the people who were nominating artists for the Nobel Prize. There were others who did win. Sienkiewicz won, of course, and Remont won, and of course Conrad, who was born Polish but wrote as in English as an Englishman. He also won. But Żeromski was right up there with those guys. He had a lot of greatest hits, and a man well worth investigating. What else about Żeromski? His specialty, you may want to know. Do you know his specialty?
I don't, actually, but I'm dying to find out.
Yeah, his specialty was writing about social issues of the time. He was particularly interested in education for the masses.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, which made him very unpopular with the Russian government of the time.
Who've never been interested in education for the masses.
No.
Or much else the masses could.
No. Well, he was interested in that. And I think it was some way of protesting the Russian hegemony.
Yes.
In Poland, you know. And,
at that time.
And, of course, the uprising of, was it 63?
Mm-hmm.
Was very fresh in the 1890s, for example, still in people's minds 30 years before. So he was preoccupied very much with the Russian occupation and with ways of combating that and bringing out the Polishness of Poland.
The national spirit.
Well, the national, or just, you can say, is it the national spirit, or is it the just allowing Poland to breathe and feel comfortable in its own skin. Yeah.
Yes, because we did that time was quite difficult with the country being divided between Austria, Prussia, and Russia.
That's it. Yeah, and so he's very much a writer of that occupation time, and very concerned with those issues. So he's a big guy. I was hoping we would find reason to talk about him. There's a museum, but it's not open today, unfortunately. And I don't know if it's any more. If we could say any more about him than we.
No, I think when you talk about a writer, you can talk about it as we have done a bit of the context, but really the secret is to go and read their books.
You got to go read his books
and get a feel for then what they were really trying to say.
Yeah, you should read. I mean, it's people sometimes will say to you. I mean, I've written a few books. I mean,
You've written a few, yeah.
Well,
we're with two famous writers. This is quite remarkable.
It's nothing really to write home about. No, it's nothing. It's not to make a big deal. But my point is to pick you up right there, and I agree with you. Is when people say, "Oh, I'm not sure what you're like," I say, "Well, I've written a number of books. It's very easy to find out what I'm like. Where are yours? How am I going to know who you are? It's easy to find out who I am. Just read my books."
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's a good point. If someone this great is spending, in his case, that great, is spending this amount of time to observe and create this kind of attention, you might want to dip into it.
Exactly.
In fact, it's exciting me. I want to go back and read Ashes again, or maybe watch the film first. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Żeromski, for your work. And he liked to live. He lived here because
he had to live in Constantin.
Yeah, for a while. He also lived in Nałęczów, which is near Lublin.
Right. Okay.
Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's a little town, nice town, spa town near Lublin. At any rate, that's Stefan Żeromski, a man well worth reckoning with. Let's walk on. It's Poland Daily. Stay with us. Poland Daily Travel. We're going to walk on, and I promise you, we're going to be at this spring before long.